Have you ever had a dream that felt so real, it stayed with you long after you woke up? A dream that felt less like a fantasy and more like a memory or a warning? Now, what if the President of the United States had such a dream about his own death just days before it happened? This is the unsettling, true story of Abraham Lincoln's assassination premonition. In early April of 1865, the American Civil War was finally coming to an end. Washington, D.C. was a city of celebration, but also of simmering tension. President Abraham Lincoln was exhausted, but relieved, yet he was troubled. He confided in his wife, Mary, and his close friend and bodyguard, Ward Hill Lamont, that he'd had a deeply disturbing dream. In his own words, Lincoln described wandering through the silent, empty rooms of the White House. He heard the sound of quiet, mournful sobbing, but he couldn't see who was crying. He followed the sound from room to room until he reached the East Room. There, he saw something that chilled him to his core. In the center of the room was a coffin, resting on a stand. Soldiers stood guard around it, and a crowd of people were weeping as they stared at it. Confused, Lincoln said he asked one of the soldiers, "Who is dead in the White House?" The soldier replied, "The president. He was killed by an assassin." In that moment, a loud burst of grief from the crowd woke him up. But he couldn't shake the feeling. The dream felt like a prophecy. This account of Lincoln's assassination premonition is not just a legend. It was documented by those closest to him. His friend Lamont was so disturbed by the story that he begged the president not to go out in public for the next few days, especially not to the theater. But Lincoln, a man who believed in fate and duty, felt he had to appear before the people. On the night of April 14th, just a few days after his dream, he and his wife attended a play at Ford's Theater. Lamont, his trusted bodyguard, was away on a mission, a fact that haunted him for the rest of his life. We all know the tragic history of that night. John Wilkes Booth entered the presidential box and changed the course of American history forever. The president had been killed by an assassin just as his dream had foretold. So what are we to make of this? Was it merely a coincidence? A stress-induced nightmare born from the thousands of deaths, threats Lincoln constantly received? Or was it something more? Was it a genuine, unexplained phenomenon, a true premonition giving him a glimpse into his final moments on Earth? The line between our deepest anxieties and a true look into the future is blurry and often terrifying. The story of Lincoln's assassination premonition remains one of history's most compelling and chilling footnotes, a mystery that science can't easily explain away. What do you believe? Was this just the mind of a tired and threatened man? Or did Abraham Lincoln truly foresee his own fate? Let me know your theory in the comments below. And if you're fascinated by the mysteries that lie just beneath the surface of our known world, hit that like button and subscribe to Awakening Curiosity. There's always another secret waiting to be uncovered.